So, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone you may be. So, what I will be treating today is installation of Jenkins. I'll be treating installation of Jenkins, and you might ask, what is Jenkins? So, briefly, Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. It helps us in continuous integration and deployment, and it uses a whole lot of plugins so we can have a smooth run of our um, code deployment. So with Jenkins, we can have plugins like Git, we can have plugins like SonarQube, we can have plugins like Nexus, which is a repository, and um, so many plugins, which makes our code, our deployment seamless and also very, very effective. So let's go right in on installation of Jenkins. If you want to install Jenkins, you can go on YouTube, search for installation of Jenkins, and you can get to this page for DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean shows us how to install Jenkins. However, it is very important that before you install Jenkins, you must have a JDK running. So it's very important because Jenkins actually is built with Java. So you have to install Java on your machine so that it can be able to run Jenkins. So I'm not going to be passing through this route. I already have one over here that helps me out. So we have sudo updates, we have the installation of JDK, which is for the installation of Java. Then we have sudo apt install Maven. This is actually for installation of Maven, um, because later on, maybe in the next video, we are going to be um, we are going to be building we are going to be doing a build on a Java application. So we are going to be doing that, but that is for next video. So we will install Maven, then we'll be doing this. We will be downloading Jenkins from this particular repository, and then over here we'll update, and then we will install Jenkins. So let's just run all this one by one. But first, before we can do this, we have to go to our AWS console so that we can install, rather, so we can spin up an EC2 instance. And that EC2 instance must be an Ubuntu, though you can use whatever AMI you choose. You can use the CentOS, you can use Fedora, you can use Kali Linux, you can use anyone, but I prefer Ubuntu for my operations. So launch instance. So I'll call this Jenkins server. Jenkins server. Then I'm waiting for my AMI to be loaded. Then we have Ubuntu. So I've clicked on Ubuntu. Scroll down. Then an instance type. Okay, T2 micro. You can use a T2 micro, but if you are going to be using, if you are going to be doing a whole lot with your Jenkins, it is advisable for you to use a T2 small or a T3 medium. But for now, since I'm not doing anything other than just a simple installation, so I'll be using T2 micro. And then we have a key pair. We have a key pair over here and test key pair. So this is what I've created a long time ago, and I'm always consistent using it. Then for network settings, over here, we are going to be doing a network setting, being that we have Jenkins to run on a port 8080. So We will be adding a port 8080, but first let's name our security group. So this is a security group, says create a security group. And then, yes, we have our SSH listening on port 22. And then I'll be adding a security group and then 8080 because that is what Jenkins will be running on. And we are going to allow the source type to be anywhere. So we'll be working with this. And then for volume, we can make volume 10. And then let's launch our instance. So there's something you can actually do. We can actually copy all this we have here. We can actually copy it. There's something called is it a metadata or user data on EC2, but you have to go to the advanced settings. So you can just actually copy this, paste it there, and it's going to automatically run all these commands. But I want to go through the manual means so that you can get the steps one after the other. So let's go to connect instance. Oh, connect instance, yeah, connect instance. So we'll be connecting this instance to our Ubuntu. I have Ubuntu running on my I have Ubuntu terminal running on my local machine, right? So SSH client, I'll be copying this, going to yes. Then I'll be doing a sudo. Oh, first I have to go to where my key pair is stored. So in order for me to navigate where my key pair is stored, I have to do a cd dot dot cd dot dot then ls cdmnt then ls cdc then ls and then cd users then cd user ls. So all what I'm just doing is I'm trying to navigate where I stored my key pair. So I'll do a cd desktop. So let me clear this. So I'm currently in the desktop now. I can do my sudo, then paste what I have from my EC2 console, and then my password 3.56785. So I should be gaining access. Okay, sorry, try again. Let me try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. So I should be gaining access anytime from now. Okay, the fingerprint I will accept by saying yes. And then, yeah, so I'm in. So clear. So I'm in my Ubuntu console. So I'm going to follow these steps. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, fine. So I'm going to follow these steps. First of all, I'll do a sudo apt update. So if I'm going to be pasting those commands on my description. So if you need those commands, you can always go to the description and then you can always do a copy paste so it can be easy for you. As far as DevOps is concerned, it's not compulsory you write every command from your head, though it is very good. It makes you more professional, but to keep everything short and simple, you can just do a copy and paste as long as um you know what those commands are meant to function in your installation. So we are going to do an apt install of our JDK, which is our Java. So we'll be running that now. Enter. All right. So while it's installing Java, then we can install Maven. We are installing Maven because we'll be building a JavaScript, rather a Java application in our next video. So I'll just be doing that on time. But for just installation only, you might not really need to do that. So let me give some space. Then let me run this command. And then, yes. So we run that for Maven. And then we run this command over here. Okay, so this is done. So as you can see over here, that's loaded our Maven. And as you can see from Maven, you can see a lot of Java, 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 Java. So through this, you should know that Maven actually um, works with Java projects. So um, the next command we'll be running is what we had copied earlier, and then we'll be pasting it. And then we'll be doing the same again over here, copying this, and then we will be pasting it also, right? So that is done. And then we'll be doing a sudo apt update once more. We'll be doing another one. So enter. So it's updated, and then the last thing we can do right about now is to install Jenkins. Install Jenkins, and then right, enter. So Jenkins is installing. So after the installation of Jenkins, the next thing we have to do, we have to um we have to have access to our Jenkins through a public IP address, which already has been created by our EC2 instance. Then we are going to be using the port which was already created when spinning up our EC2 instance. If you could remember, we opened two ports. The first port was our SSH port, which is going to listen from port 22. And then we have the second one, which is going to be listening from 8080. So Jenkins is actually listening from 8080. And whenever we are going to be having access to our Jenkins GUI, or let's call it Jenkins user interface, then we are going to be using our IP address column, then we having our port. So Jenkins right now has been installed, and then as you can see, the following are new. The following the following new packages will be installed: Jenkins NetTools and all that, of which, of course, they've already been installed through all this. Then let's go to the next thing, is having access to our Jenkins. So we go to our Institute Instance Connect, we copy our public IP address. Let's go to a new tab, we paste it over here, and then column, and remember, listening on a port 8080, and then we click on enter. So as you can see, signing in in Jenkins. So we are currently in our Jenkins GUI, which is the user interface. And as you can see, we are right in the page. However, we are not done, because it says something here. It says to unlock Jenkins, what are we going to do? We need to get our password. So how are we going to get the password? It's just by copying this particular directory, and then we are going to be pasting it in our terminal. The reason why we are having this directory over here is because the password resides within this initial admin password. It resides within it. So let's read it. Let me clear this. Then we are going to be doing a cat. We are going to be doing a cat, and then pasting it so that we can see what this initial admin password says. And then, what can I see here? I can see password, oh, rather, permission denied. So we're having permission denied because I did not come with sudo. So we'll be doing it again. Yes, and this is it. So this is our password. We'll be copying this and then pasting it in our Jenkins sites. So this is it, and we will be pasting it and continue. I don't need to save this because it's just a one-time stuff. So yeah, to get started, it tells us something to customize Jenkins. Remember from the beginning, I mentioned that Jenkins has a lot of plugins. So we can install as many plugins that we need in our continuous integration and deployment. So let's take this, install suggested plugins, select plugins. Let's just install the suggested plugins because if we do that, as you can see, it picks different plugins. These are different plugins and it downloads them, it installs them all. So over here, you can see them here. They are being installed and you can see it's marking it, marking it, marking it. So as you can see over here, and it's actually used in build, it's a build tool PHP um for PHP applications. We can see Git being installed. We can see SSH build agents. We can see email extension, LDAP. We can see time stamper and all that. So all these will be installed automatically as plugins. And if you need more for your continuous integration, then you can add them. Then we have create first admin user. So right about now, you can create a admin user for yourself. So let me use Alex Michael 500 and a password. I can use my secret password and then use the second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, and then full name. Oh, I can have it here, Alex Michael. I can add another one, DevOps, right? And then email address, I can use anyone, and then save it and continue. So it tells me whenever I want to have access to my Jenkins, I should always use this URL, right? So as you can see, set up Jenkins wizard. As you can see, it's the same URL we have over here. So let me do that again, though this is not needed, but if you just click on it, do a copy and paste, you can see over here, it carries the Jenkins logo. So we know that we are in a Jenkins page. So we are going to be saving this. So Jenkins is ready. Your Jenkins setup is complete. Start using Jenkins, and then you can see the version over here. So right about now, we have Jenkins installed, and it says, okay, welcome to Jenkins, create job, set up an agent and all that. So you can start using Jenkins. If you want to start or maybe creating a plugin or adding a plugin rather, you can go to manage Jenkins and then go to manage plugins, and then you'll be able to add more plugins. So in order for you to do that, you go to available plugins and then you can see as many plugins as you want. So if you want to have a Bootstrap plugin, this is a Bootstrap plugin, Docker Commons, and so many others. So this is what we'll be stopping for the installation of Jenkins. And in the next video, what we'll be sharing is how to build, how to do a CI, a continuous integration with Jenkins. That's what we'll be doing in our next video. But first of all, maybe before then, I can just do something short about building a Java application, using Jenkins automatically. Of course, that is what it does. It automatically takes up that challenge of doing building, testing, installing, and all that for you. So we'll meet in the next video, and we'll talk more about that.